it's kind of weird because I'm on both sides of this, right? Because let's keep it real. When you look at Shaq, everything is always the grass is always green on the other side. So you look at Shaq, and you like this man worth $400 million, and then you look at your average person, and you think about the shit that they see every day. Well, let's just talk about just strictly online because we talk about people online talking saying this, right? Think about the conversations they see online daily, constantly. We don't make relationships sound good. We don't make marriage sound good. Now, that could be for a number of things. I think we try to, but there's always something to stab at or something to pick apart or something to make everybody around you go, I don't know if I want that. And then not only do we not let our relationships and our marriages shine, but then we sit up here and we talk about how difficult it is to date, how difficult it is to deal with women on the other end of the spectrum. And I can honestly see why he would get a shit ton of comments saying, "Bro, I'll take your money any day of the week and be alone." Because what they see online, and I'm just talking about strictly online because that's the only people we can go off of. We don't make this shit look fun. We don't make it look satisfying. We don't make it look gratifying. We make it look like hell a lot of the times. So I think it first starts with how we start to display family, how we start to talk about family and relationships. Because until then, there's gonna always be people who would rather be alone and go it alone than to deal with another person and have to deal with the headache. Now I don't know what Bible scripture y'all quoted one day about a man dealing with I forgot what the hell y'all said. It was something along the lines of a man be rather be alone than to deal with a certain type of woman. I can't remember what it was. I'm sure y'all know it. But we have to make this shit look good. And that requires a little bit of effort on from all of us. Cause let's keep it real. Shaq did squander his family. He squandered it. And to Chicago Realist point on purpose, he found his purpose fairly goddamn early. But the thing is that for that purpose, though, there was a time clock on it. And while he was walking in his purpose, it required a certain type of woman that would be willing to put up with that. And she wasn't. So he squandered his family. He did what he did. It is what it is. But now you don't have the family on the back end. And then speaking about Shaq, it's a whole lot more difficult for him to re-kickstart a family because he has a lot of other things that he has to worry about now. Who's in it to take? Who's in it for him, and who's in it not for him? How many people we have to take care of? How many people we have to constantly looking over his shoulder to make sure ain't nobody trying to get at him? So it's far more difficult for somebody like him to even find another woman to even get it started again with, because he can go out and make another baby if he wants to. He can get out and start another family if he wanted to. But he has so much other shit he got to worry about, that so many barriers between that it just makes it difficult. So I am in complete agreement that we should not go it alone. But I understand why a lot of people prefer it in today's day, because it don't sound fun to go it with somebody who ain't in it for you or with you. And we seen on these spaces every single day. It's being proven to us every single day that when you look across the aisle, just online, it don't look like they in it for you. So why wouldn't you get a lot of responses on your post saying, "Shit, nigga, I'd rather have your money than deal with these hoes"? I landed there.
Yo, I just wanna add to what you said because I thought that was interesting about how you framed it. It's like the grass is always greener, right? Because like right now we're hearing from Shaq talk about how lonely he is and how he squandered his family, right? But when he was doing the squandering, he probably didn't feel like he was squandering shit. You know what I mean? He probably felt like he was free. He probably felt like, yes, I'm finally free. Like I'm getting all the. He was running through women. He was getting his bag. He was traveling, getting money. And the irony is, it didn't really affect him negatively because he richer than he ever was. So it's like it's kind of interesting how that works, how that dynamic works with the grass being greener. Because again, in the middle of him squandering his family, he probably didn't feel like he was squandering anything. He was probably having a ball, having life his way. And now that maybe he might not be having it the same way because he's an older man now. Now he looking back like, damn man, I squandered my family, man. I don't get to hear the kids screaming daddy no more. But when the kids were screaming daddy, he was probably like, why the kid? Damn, these kids annoying as hell, man. I just got off a plane. As soon as I got in the house, these kids is yelling my name. He probably like, damn, man, I'm trying to chill right now. They're making all this noise, and like, maybe that's why he was running the streets the way he was. So grass is always green on the other side, you know.
Hey Jr., I know you got to swing it, but I just real quick on to Sweeney's point though. I think that's why it's so important when we sitting on these panels. We got to keep it 1,000 because we talk out of both sides of our mouth. In 1 minute, we'll say marriage this, marriage that, or da 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 da, and then we telling these young bloods, yep, you should be fucking on everything. That's what you can't control your sexual urges. I mean, you're gonna be out here fucking anyway. Just make sure you strap it up. We got to be consistent with the messages. So Sweeney, I appreciate you stating it in that way, brother.
All right, go ahead, brother Hink.
So I'm not gonna ride the fence on this. I mean, it's look here, man. It's lonelier than a motherfucker. It's lonelier than a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you right now. I come into a 4-bedroom house and it's quiet and it's creepy and it's dark at night and you don't hear shit. Sometimes it's scary. I ain't gonna lie. I know some of you brave motherfuckers ain't got them worries, but my big ass does. It's not good. It's not good at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not, and I wouldn't recommend it for nobody. Now, do you have your moments where you have your peace and you can have your moments quiet? But yeah, that's every time you come home, it's gonna be like that. It's not gonna be a time there's not when you ain't got nobody to come home to. When you have to deal with certain things by yourself, you can't just call your friends 24/7 like that. Because guess what? They got lives. Maybe they got significant others. They got kids. So I can't put all my burdens on my friends. Man, I'm going through it. I got to be respectful of them and their lifestyle. Because if I keep doing that, they're going to be like me, lonely than a motherfucker too. So what we going to do? All shack up like the fucking Golden Girls? Hell no. That ain't how I roll. So I wouldn't encourage no man to deal with it. I wouldn't. I think what my man said is definitely spot on. Yeah, it's not good. I think when Cloud, you sit there and said, well, he should. It doesn't matter what size your house is, man. You still gonna have them feelings of coming home to an empty house. You damn near gonna be an enemy to your own mind because you're in your own head. Think about, what the fuck? Why did he's gonna be constantly thinking about that, regardless of where he lives, where he stays, doesn't matter. Bigger house, smaller home, doesn't matter. He's gonna constantly think about, I fucked up. That's the reason why he's able to freely talk about it on the podcast, because he realized that. He misses that. And I don't blame him. Doesn't matter about the money. I know people come and say, well, if I had your money, those are superficial motherfuckers. They superficial. So they think money's going to make you feel whole? You think money's going to bring your family back? You think money's going to get your marriage together? No. Money's going to give you a temporary high. Just like drugs. But at the end of the day, you still coming home, eating them goddamn lonely man meals, laying in your cold, lonely ass bed, ain't got nobody really snuggle up with. It's probably worth anything. I mean, you can get you a 20-minute chick, but shit, that's all she good for, 20. And then you ready to send her ass out with a breath mint and keep it moving. Then guess what? You be lonely than a motherfucker again. So fuck that lifestyle. I don't want it no more.